results from California's primary election. Ballots are getting counted across the state less than 24 hours after polls closed. Now, the results are not yet official, but we are getting a better idea of how these races could shake out.
And that includes for California's next governor. Two frontrunners, Republican Steve Hilton and Democrat Javier Becerra, are leading the packed field of more than 60 candidates.
All right, so here is where the results stand right now. Steve Hilton, Republican, has 28% of the vote with 54% of the expected vote in. Javier Becerra has 25%. So right now, these are our top two.
And it's still too close to call. Let's bring in our KCRA3 political director, Ashley Zavala, with a look at that race and what the candidates are saying.
Yeah, at this point, none of the candidates are necessarily declaring victory yet, but one is taking somewhat of a victory lap in Sacramento today. I'll get to that in a second. But let's take a look at those numbers. As of this moment, Republican former TV news personality Steve Hilton with 27.8% of the vote, Democratic former U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra with 24.5%, followed by Democratic billionaire Tom Steyer at 19%, Republican Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco at 11%, with still about half of those votes to be counted. Hilton is not yet ready to declare himself the Republican yet, moving on to the November election, but he did spend the day in Sacramento having a couple of press conferences. He told us he does not think that there is a chance he gets locked out of this race. Here's what he said when he asked if he has a preference in opponent, Becerra or Steyer.
I don't mind which Democrat it is because the argument will be the same. Change or more of the same. It's very simple, very straightforward, and in different ways, those two Democrats that are in contention both offer more of the same. Javier Becerra, continuing down the path that we've been on for all these years. I would say Tom Steyer wants to accelerate, go even further and faster down a road that the majority of Californians say they don't like. A majority of Californians have said they want change. And so to go even further and faster in the wrong direction, I don't think is what we need for this state.
Becerra's campaign has been pretty quiet today. Tom Steyer's campaign sent out a memo urging supporters to verify that their ballots have been accepted. His people are signaling he is not conceding anytime soon at this point.
Okay, so but what about the other Republican, Chad Bianco? Has he said anything?
Yeah, no, not yet. In fact, I mean, we've checked his social media, we've checked our emails, we also reached out to his campaign. Still nothing at this point. I mean, he signaled last night that he was going to wait it out and see with more results coming in.
All right, and the counting continues. All right, Ashley, thank you so much.
Okay, so we're taking a deep dive into the election results statewide, and I want to start wide right here. This is what's really interesting. This is where counties across the state lean. So you see the inner part of California really leaned red, Republican. And if you look toward the coastal counties, you could see that it leaned blue. But if we go in a bit closer, I'm going to show you our area specifically because we have traditionally blue counties all across our area. And as you zoom in, you can see only this right here. Yolo County is the only county across our viewing area that leaned blue. Now, that said, we had a lot of Democratic votes that were split. This may be a very different picture as we head on toward the runoff in November. But across our area right now, there is only one county that skewed blue, and that was Yolo County. Lisa?
All right, thank you so much. We're also keeping an eye on the race for lieutenant governor, and you can see right now Gloria Romero has almost 20% of the votes, and Fiona Ma 19.1% of the votes. Josh Friday and Michael Tubbs trailing in third and fourth place right now with 53% of the precincts reporting. Also, the race for state attorney general, Rob Bonta has 52% of the votes. Michael Gates 43% of the votes right now. And while the primary mainly featured races for national, state, and local races, people also voted on a couple of key local measures. In Stanislaus County, Salida voters are deciding on Measure J. It would raise assessment fees for fire and emergency services. It requires a 2/3 majority to pass. And you can see the results here. The noes are in the lead, but it is still pretty close. The yes has 46.2%. In Davis, Measure V, as in Victor, asked voters to amend the land use designation for the Village Farms properties. The project would create about 1,800 homes and apartments. A majority approval is needed. And once again, here, the noes currently have the lead with 52% of the votes right now. And you can see the yes is about 47%. It's about a 500 vote lead at this time.
So it may take weeks before we know the final vote numbers on these races. KCRA3's Mike DeSalle explains why it takes so long to count all of these ballots.
A question I get after Election Day often is, Election Day's over, why aren't the votes all counted? Well, take a look, because here's a visual example of why there's a delay. All these pink ballot bags, they're the bags that are used to collect ballots from every single location and from every drop box on election night. A visual representation of the work yet to be done. Here's why. A look at the numbers. Before Election Day in Sacramento County alone, a total of 73,000 ballots were collected at drop boxes. Another 127,000 arrived via the mail. And while the voter turnout to begin the day after Election Day stood at 29%, elections officials expect the number ultimately will reach about 40%, which, when you do the math, translates to roughly another 67,000 ballots yet to be processed.
Processing those mail-in ballots is a multi-step process. We have to run them through our mail sorter. We have to verify the signatures are right. We have to sort them down by precinct, and then they go through, quality control. Then they go through the tabulator. And so it's a multi-step process. And then, of course, we have people that registered and voted the same day. We have to verify that they're eligible to vote and then start the process all over again.
And then, as of this morning, some 43,000 ballots got picked up from these drop boxes were in the signature queue, which means in the process of being processed and ultimately being counted. So the bottom line realistically here is, according to Sacramento County elections officials, it's going to be 2 or 3 weeks before they're able to process those tens of thousands of mail-in and ballot drop box ballots before all the votes are counted. In Sacramento County, at elections headquarters, Mike DeSalle, KCRA 3.